Good morning. This is Catherine Duberly, the Answer Lady, and I have an exciting new toy. I have been wanting one of these heavy-duty yarn winders from Nancy's Knickknacks for quite some time, and today is the day. I finally ordered it, and it has arrived. Join me while I experiment in working with it, and let's see if it's as good as we hoped. I apologize for the jerkiness of this video. I'm not sure what's going on with my camera, whether this is caused by filming something with a lot of rotation or something else, but it is a little jerky. However, I think you can see what's going on. I also apologize for the condition of my voice, but believe me, it's better than it was last week. I had complete and total laryngitis, and I'm now on the upswing. At least you can hear me. Here it is. The big day has arrived. I ordered one of those fancy ball winders from Nancy's Knickknacks. Here it is, just opening up the package. And the good news is it came faster than they promised. And FedEx called to tell me it was at the door. So far, so good. Here is all this helpful information about setting up. And they gave me a very nice professional discount when I provided them with my tax number and website information. So if the ball winder is as good as the service, we're in great shape. Let's see. Well, here's a surprise. Not only are all the parts I expected here, but they even included the proper driver for setting up. That's neat. And I want to show you something. I knew this was a big winder because it's supposed to wind a ball, but look at it compared to my older, smaller winders. It's really strikingly a big winder. Also provided is this little Allen wrench. For anybody who's never used one before, it's a multi-sided little piece of, I guess you just call it metal stock, but it is made to fit specifically in a certain hole. In this case, the hole is on the shaft. There you go. I probably can't get it to go in while holding the camera, so I'll have to jiggle it. But because it's multi-sided and the hole is multi-sided, you have to get the Allen wrench positioned just right. There it is. And then you can tighten it. This is a way of making an adjustment that doesn't have hardware that protrudes, and that would probably be the reason they used it here, is my guess. So this has tightened the handle onto the shaft, and I believe I'm ready to go. Here's the yarn that I'm going to wind. This will be a challenge because this has been a problematic skein. First of all, it was an eBay bargain, and then I dyed it myself, and I really don't like the texture of the yarn. It tends to stick to itself. So why not jump in at the deep end? I'm going to use it for charity knitting, and maybe somebody will appreciate it. Here I am, set up to wind, and here's the Swift over here. Let's see how it goes. I should be holding my hand on this piece of yarn according to the instructions, so my ball won't be as nice because I'm unable to do that and manage the camera. Look at this. Oh, isn't this nice? It is so easy to operate, and I feel like I'm getting so much winding for every revolution. Look, here's my hand, slowly going round and round. And here is the ball, getting larger very, very fast. I'm going to keep going and see if it will wind the remainder of what's on this Swift on a single ball without interference. I'm quite impressed because I'm not getting any hanging up, even though I know that the yarn is just not the ideal smooth texture of yarn that I prefer. My Swift, by the way, in case it interests you, is the one from Joann Fabrics. Here we are, about 2 minutes since you saw me last. There was a little break in my yarn, which is the fault of my skein and my treatment of it, not the fault of the winder. And because of its use for charity purposes, I just tied the yarn. It's knotted somewhere in there, and I kept on going. Now it's only been about 2 minutes to get the ball to here. Let's see about finishing it up. I have run into no snags except the breaks in the yarn that I told you, well, 2 breaks, which were entirely my fault. And even though the skein is hugely imperfect, it's come off really quite well. There it goes, showing making me embarrassed. Let me stop and undo this snarl, which is again my fault, not the fault of the machine. Here I am down at the very tail end. I'm going to go slowly so you can watch it finish. Look at that. Maybe the total time involved in this has been possibly as much as 3 minutes. And I have a beautiful ball of yarn, not 30 minutes since FedEx called to say he was at the gate. I have stuck a little piece of Scotch tape on the very exterior yarn end. This is something that I have frequently done over the course of my knitting career to keep it from unraveling while it's in storage, and it comes off easily when you need it to. Now, Nancy suggests that I buy something to feed from the outside when I'm machine knitting. You all probably know I do all kinds of knitting, machines, hand, and knitting frames, also crochet, but I have had good success working from well-wound center pull balls on the knitting machine. So I'm going to try that first. I consulted with some other people who own this kind of winder, and they assured me that it worked for them. So I think I can get it to work for me, and it looks like it's just going to pull beautifully. We will see. I will get to work on it soon. This ball of yarn weighs in at about 7 ounces. And I do believe I could have gotten a great deal more on. That spindle was by no means full. So my first experience here is a very good one. It was fun to use, easy to use, quick to set up, well supplied with the right tools. I'm really looking forward to enjoying this, which is a good thing. It's not cheap, but it still might be a bargain. I'm really impressed with the smooth operation and efficiency of this winder. Happy knitting, and bye now.